I'm DS Walls. Join me every Tuesday where I discuss movies right here on the CWF network.
The quarantine has brought out so many talents within ourselves. If you use the pandemic to start a business, let us help you promote it. Learn more about our low-cost and effective business promo. Email us today at biz@cwfnetwork.com. That's biz@cwfnetwork.com.
Who doesn't love a good time with friends? Come kick it with us over here on the network that brings you the what? Big content in small pieces.
I was waiting. Oh, I didn't know. One and a two and a 1, 2, 3. To all my people across the internet, we want to welcome you to a simple dialogue with two guys who know a little about a lot. And just so you know, you can only find the show right here on the CWF network. I'm your boy, Mush King.
And I'm your always gracious host, Ali D. Welcome back to Conversations with Friends.
Welcome back to Conversations with Friends.
I sound hoarse. I sound hoarse still. I still sound hoarse.
Mr. Ed. Is that the most famous horse? I couldn't think of a more famous horse.
Seabiscuit.
Good night. Anyways, how was your weekend?
Seabiscuit is more famous. Seabiscuit is more famous than Mr. Ed. No, this generation don't know about no damn Mr. Ed.
This generation don't know about nobody Seabiscuit. That movie hasn't been seen since it came out. Ain't nobody woke up like, oh wow, Netflix. I wonder if they have Seabiscuit.
Yo, you know what? So you know what kills me about it? Sometimes when I look at some of the projects that TV and film put out, I'm always just like, yo, who is always interested in these World War II and World War I dramas and these like movies about horses?
Yeah, like who feels that inspired to bring this? Like, I have a compelling story that we need to tell about this champion horse.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, even when I went to go see, you know how I feel about Black trauma being regurgitated over and over again. But when I went to go see 12 Years a Slave, I was the only Black person in there. All the white people were like, shh. That's where they whip him.
Okay, but let's be serious. Like, yes, we hate Black trauma, but to tell any story of any Black person in the past is going to include trauma. So there's like no way we can get away from it. Because if you show a movie about, let's say they make a movie about Langston Hughes, like they're going to have to show some type of trial and tribulations to get us interested. Because we're not going to just be sitting there watching him write poems the whole movie. No,
Mush. I understand that. What I'm saying is that why aren't we seeing seeing projects about Black figures that we've never heard about? Like, why hasn't there been a Langston Hughes project? Why has there's been Thurgood Marshall, but we didn't really go rushing to see that. But there's been numerous Black figures in history who've been successful, and we keep hearing about the same exact ones. Like,
there's only 28 days in February.
But me and you make that joke all the time about the Black history books that we used to have back in the day. We could all name the same ones. Who are you doing your report on? Marian Anderson, Shaka Zulu, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. The same people. And then, we all be up there saying the same exact shit because we all had the same books to read from, from the library.
That's very true.
The older I get and the more I delve into don't say it. 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 Don't say it.
I may bring it back, but let's keep going. That may be it.
The more I delve into our Black history, not just like African American history, but like Black history in general. There's so much more that we should have been able to learn over the years. And there's so many projects that people who are in a Black space to create now can create. Why are you still bringing up fucking Madam C.J. Walker, the Madam C.J. Walker story? I don't care. We know that story. Oprah
because
Winfrey,
you want to know why,
that story.
Like, the thing with Black folks, we would love to see dreamy romantic comedies or fucking, magical, mythical figures who are Black. Like, we would love to see that, but like at the end of the day, we not gonna go see that. It's kind of like the Up shows, like we talked about last week. Like, it's like we want Black shows, we want them back, we want the old school Martin back, we want the old school Fresh Prince, the good shows, when Black Renaissance was a thing on television and shit like that. But then when you
when you produce a show that's just like those shows that were back then, oh, now you don't like the laugh track. Oh, now the couples don't match. Nobody was thinking about if Claire and Cliff match, because now when you look back at it, it's like, why was Claire with Cliff? Claire was bad.
Well, I have my own storyline about
that. Yes. Cliff was
Cliff took care of her.
Joint.
Cliff took care of her after she fucking got, divorced from her white husband, because that's why Sandra and fucking Denise are so light skinned. And then she got with him, and he helped her, while he was in medical school, he helped her get her law degree. That's why in the first few episodes they were living in that poor plumber's house. And then came along the kids that look like them, the dark skinned three. The dark skinned three. You're not gonna convince me that fucking Sandra and Denise are Cliff's kids. I mean, I guess he must have raised them as his own, but all right, whatever. Well, Anyway, so all that leads me to say this. The Shy. I want to talk about the Shy. All right, so as problematic as Lena Waithe is, as problematic as she
Lena
is,
Dunham.
Dunham, you're right.
Lena Waithe and where she's going with it.
Yeah, Lena Waithe, and where her creative mind is all the time. I mean, but she does take it a step too far. So what I was watching with the Shy, all right, I understand what she does is she's trying to teach her audience. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to teach her audience about trans lives and gay lives, and being a soft stud versus being a butch lesbian. She's trying to teach about police brutality and being religious in the Black community. But she puts so much of it into one fucking episode. I'm just like, damn, like it's too much. It's overload. But I will. But
that's our everyday. That's our everyday life, though.
That is our everyday life. As somebody watching The Shine now, I will say this though. The first three episodes I watched of season 4, I'll honestly say this is one of the best seasons I've seen so far. I think Candy Barres was a great addition. I think the guy who's playing Dutta is doing a great job. I can't wait to see where it goes with Jason Weaver's character and how he reacts to Luke James, being shacking up with his trans girlfriend.
He looked good. He looked good, man. Acting legend. That's my acting legend. Right?
Jason Weaver?
Yeah, that's the American dream.
Well, I mean, my acting legend is, someone different, but all right.
Well, I mean, it was a setup for the joke.
We'll save her for the end.
Real Michael fans will get it.
Hey. To be honest, he did a great job as Michael Jackson. He was like, you said, look over your shoulders.
Name a better person who could sing Ben better. I'll wait.
Michael Jackson.
If Michael, never mind.
Jason Weaver and fucking Michael Jackson fucking saying, just can't wait to be king.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of which, did you see that woman who put that dead Lion King on her cake because the kid wanted that scene for their birthday cake? Did you see that?
Yeah, the cake looked like
but I thought the cake was like that on purpose. I thought that was one of those like what I ordered versus what I got. I didn't know she purposely did that because that's what the kid wanted. Mind you, if a kid tell me that that's the dead scene that he want and he's only 5, I'm locking doors.
You're going to therapy. You're going to therapy.
I'm locking the doors.
Watch it. Looking for the cat. Where's my cat?
Oh my God! Right under the school buses. Jerk.
Fucking kill the squirrels in the back. That's what Jeffrey Dahmer was doing. Killing squirrels and killing cats.
Ugh. That's some cruel shit. Like now that I have a pet, and like when I think about people who used to like set cats on fire or like cut their tails off. I remember there was one kid who cut the neighborhood cat tail off, and then you would always see the cat just walking around with no tail. I'd be like, bro, that kid was a savage. He's probably in prison right now. That dude's probably in prison.
Yeah, there's some people who are there's some people I grew up with who I just think that, I just know that you ended up as a bad egg, or you might have ended up, completely different. You could have just flipped the script completely. Sometimes kids just need a chance. Like, because my mom does that, like foster care stuff. Kids really just need a chance sometimes. Like they just want somebody to hear them, or like they act out because of a certain reason. And the crazy thing is, like when Leah first started coming to my house, she would like low-key act out. You know what I mean? Like slamming doors. That's not gonna happen here. ma'am. Let's calm that down. Let's calm that all the way down. All right.
Okay.
You know, all that crying shit. But now she like, I miss mommy, all that shit. But now she's fine. But I remember I had to have a conversation with my BM, like, yo, stop fucking intervening like you're saving her from the big bad wolf. She got on that phone one time with mad smoke much. And I comforted my kid to bed. And I fucking called her ass right back. Like, let me tell you something right now. We're gonna have an adult conversation because I don't need you calling my house, acting like you fucking saving our kid from the big bad wolf. I'm her fucking father. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes kids just need to rebel a little bit, you know, for them to be like to express their emotions. Their brains aren't developed well enough for them to express all of that. And to be honest, when they say that shit,
little bit, not a lot, because some kids take it too far.
You don't kill my cat.
Like, you seen them two kids, like 13 and 14, who killed that fucking Uber Eats driver?
Wait.
Like, they tried to rob.
Oh, yeah. The girls in DC. Yeah. I saw that.
I'm like, yo, that is nuts, man. And then, like, the two 24-year-old couple who shot in, like, the lady cut them off and they shot into her car and killed the 6-year-old. Like, I'm like, yo, people after this pandemic are really nutso. Like, there was someone else who stabbed up a woman coming out of a movie theater, like, yesterday.
Yeah. Wow.
You gotta be on the lookout, yo.
No, shapeshifters
be out here.
You have to be on alert. I mean, listen. Speaking of shapeshifting, let's talk about our mushroom trip. Let's talk about our mushroom.
Woo.
Let's talk about our mushroom trip.
Listen, you know, I went to the white schools and they used to be telling me about shit like that. And it was not something that I would just want to do. But, you know, I did hear, you know, from people that you do get some type of enlightening experience off of that shit. And I definitely wanted to, you know, see things from an outer perspective, which I was able to get. So I do appreciate it.
All right. So I'll say this. I think we both had I had an excellent time on mushrooms. I did. That tree tripped me the fuck out.
Yeah, that tree was weird.
The ground being fluorescent pink tripped me the fuck out. You say you saw the grass turn to ice. I didn't see that, but you know, everybody has a different, you know, realization when they're on something like a psychedelic drug. But the tree definitely fucked me up though, because I'm telling you, it's like the shit was dead. It was a dead tree. And then when you ran up on it, shit came back to life. It was some fucking Alice in Wonderland type shit. It was the most Alice in Wonderland type shit I've ever seen. And then when you were sitting on the couch and you had you looked so big, I was like, yo, why do you look so big? You look at you know in Alice in Wonderland with the big Cheshire cat when he was like like cheesing. That's what you look like. You just look mad big on the couch. I'm like, yo, am I tripping out? But that's how I knew that it started working. Because you know me, I'm the king of fucking. I don't feel shit.
Oh yeah. You and Young Deere try to get that off, but I was just like, It was something I definitely was ready to do in my house and nowhere else. I couldn't even imagine trying to do that nowhere else. Because even looking at some of the people on TV, like when we was watching Law and Order, like some of the people I was looking at, like they definitely look like the devil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't even, like, you know, they'd be like, "Come on, let's do it at the festival."
You couldn't do it in a public space. You couldn't do it in a public space.
It was just so bright the next day. Did you experience that?
It was very bright. That's why I put that's why I had the shades. That's why I had the shades on when I was at work.
That's why you was like, "What's wrong with your eyes?" I was like, "What happened?" I was like, because you were like the second person to say that. Like, what's wrong with my eyes? I had to go look at them, make sure they're still there.
No, but that's why I put them shades on when I was working on my computer. Like, I was like, oh shit, I can't see shit, because it was just everything was just so like vivid. Everything was really vivid.
I'm telling you, but it was looking at that tree. I still can't see that tree the same. Like, bro.
The one thing I will say is that it was different, because that's my second time doing mushrooms, but it was a different experience versus when I did it with my white friends back in fucking 2009 or whatever the fuck that shit was. Mm-hmm. It was much different. So you know how I feel about energy and you know, people being in your house and drugs and all that shit. Like I have a very distinct view on that. So it was completely different. And don't get me wrong, like it was cool when I did it with Kelsey and them, but it was a different vibe doing it with you. You know what I mean?
And that's why I was real specific on like me doing it, because I needed to have people I actually knew Just in case you shapeshifted into some shit I really didn't like, and then I had to throw you out into the world on fucking a trip.
And that's happened to me on weed. People have shapeshifted to me on weed when I've been on weed, like on some strong shit. But yeah, that mushroom shit, it wasn't that bad. I mean, is it something I'll do again? Maybe down the line.
Maybe down the line. Yeah, it's maybe not down the line. That, like when we were in Atlanta, like we were standing there waiting to get into this restaurant. This dude like walked up like, "Yeah, I got them shrooms," and like we were like, "What?" Because that was you used to hearing like, "Yo, I got that weed." Like maybe I got pills. You'll hear that out and about. But to hear now that people are like, "Yeah, I got those shrooms," and I'm looking at him like, "Bro, you don't even look like somebody I want to buy shrooms from." But he had like a whole bag of them, like grinded up shrooms, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga's like eating little pieces while he's talking to us. And like,
that's wild.
Putting it back in his bag. And I'm just like, bro, how are you able to stand up and just look at us? Like, we all probably got to look nuts to you. You just eating this shit. It was like 90 degrees out there. I'm like, bro, you about to be in the emergency room.
And those mushrooms, I mean, they didn't taste terrible, but I wouldn't be putting them in a salad. You know what I mean? Shit was a fucking...
Yeah, that'd be wild to put it in a salad. Be looking at your salad like it got worms in it, like
you fucking shaking it up. Like remember them big girls that used to be shaking up the little salads with mad ranch dressing on it. Now it's not even a salad.
It's not. It's ranch soup.
Yo, they made that shit like a fucking fast food salad. Like they're shaking it up all rough. Yeah, but yeah, that was a good little trip. It was a cool weekend. I had a great weekend. I had a fun weekend. And now bounce back to reality.
Oh my God! Snap back to reality. There goes Rabbity. What movie is that?
Pretty much. I probably wasn't in America yet. I don't know what is that. What is that breaking?
Oh my God! That's definitely 8 Mile. Breaking? I mean, I know I like the oldies. Damn.
Yo, what if you know how the old heads complain about fucking mumble rap? Like, what if people still rap like with the cadence of like hip hop, the hip hop, and they don't stop?
I'll be interested in rock.
What if they still rap like that, but talked about the nasty shit they talk about now?
Oh my God! Right.
What if Throat Baby was in the cadence of fucking Rapper's Delight?
Or they'd be like, get a bucket and a mop for this wet.
Get a bucket and a mop. Get a bucket and a mop. Eat this wop.
Bop pop pop. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So, who's your legend of the week, man?
My legend of the week goes to the American Dream, Jason Weaver. You know what? Like, he's one of those people that's on TV that's like, I'll always be. I mean, it's Smart Guy's brother. Like, he played Michael Jackson. Like, he was in fucking ATL.
That's true.
Like, he's fucking one of the black excellence that don't really get the flowers that he should. So I was excited when I saw him on the screen, and that voice is mad distinctive. So even if you may not,
his voice is distinctive. Yeah.
You knew like he still sounds the exact same from fucking Smart Guy. So
and he can still act. I'll give him that.
Yes,
he can still act.
Very, very much so. Very much so. Who's yours?
Well, sticking with the acting theme, my legend of the week, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I've been a fan of this young lady's for almost 20 years in her 20-year career. The black Meryl Streep, Megan Good. Megan Good, who can act anybody on their fucking table, always brings her own wardrobe, which includes always a cut off wife beater crop top with a black leather jacket and some black jeans and some combat boots. But you know what though? Tattooed on eyebrows. Let me tell you something. That's a young girl who is enterprising. She says, you know what? I don't need your wardrobe. Put that back in my salary. I don't need your makeup either. I do my own, and my tattoos, my eyebrows are tattooed. Put that back in my salary too. We bring all that
good
back.
As Megan Good as
Megan Good, starring as Megan Good in Megan.
No bullshit. Mind you, well, if she's the fucking black Meryl Streep, I guess Lala's the black Renee Zellweger because she was killing it.
Yo, she's gotten better, man. She's gotten much better. She's gotten better. She's gotten better. No bullshit. I will
better with the body work.
Yo, money well spent, man.
Money well spent, but let's be clear that ain't a half Dominican, half black girl from Brooklyn. She's stacked though.
She looks great. And whoever her acting coach is, it's probably that one black acting coach, Tasha Smith. Everybody go to her.
Oh, they do. Her and her sister.
everybody go to her to teach her how to act. But yeah, man, I've noticed that. But do you realize that her and the kid's mom who died look alike? Do you notice that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they look alike. But Lala, I'm surprised. We used to love to roast Lala back when she was on fucking Power, man. She's come a long way.
Keisha. When Power come back? Don't it come back soon? Where's Mary J. Blige at? Let me get her on the line.
Mary got a documentary coming out.
P-Valley, yes.
P-Valley coming back.
I definitely want to see that later.
P-Valley coming back. Mary got a doc coming out. And I will say this. The one thing I will say about, because I love watching documentaries. And I just finished watching the little ABC joint on Mike Tyson. The one thing I will say that documentaries pull on your heartstrings because you can always relate to someone's humanity, no matter how fucking famous they are. Always. And Mike Tyson, like I'm telling you, it was sad to watch, but it was also fulfilling to watch because he's still around and he rose back up to where he was. And America loves a redemption story. You know what I mean?
Right. And Mike Tyson culture before cancel culture.
Yeah, almost if you watch it, he's just so emotional, and even with the shit with him and Robin Givens, her ass. I could see why Black America was mad at her for a while. Sheesh. I could see why they were mad at her for a while. The rape conviction. I mean, we forgot about that because we know about Mike Tyson. We know about Mike Tyson, but we remember Mike Tyson from maybe The Hangover up until now. But we needed to watch that because we forgot about those rape allegations, and to watch them, which I was sitting there cringing because we were having the debate on whether he did it or not. And that's always a dicey situation when it comes to rape because it's only you and that person in the room. It's your word against theirs, So who knows? Who knows if she was lying? Who knows if he did it? Who knows? We don't know. We weren't there. So
exactly.
Yeah, it was hard to watch because he started using drugs because he was depressed and he hated himself. And I could relate. I think we all could relate to that, where we could just be like, yo, man, I'm just trying to do my own thing, man. Motherfuckers out here just fucking me over. I'm just trying to do my shit. I'm trying to be successful. I'm trying to do this. I understand where he was coming from with that. And then even with the whole Don King like taking advantage of him, how many times have we had that happen? When the whole nice guy finished last year in our black spaces. Because the thing is that we know that white people might take advantage of us, but when black people take advantage of it, it hurts twofold. Right. Especially when they take the money. A nigga like Don King. Anyway.
Well, these are just some of the topics we found interesting this week. So let us know in the comments below what you think about us. And, you can keep the conversation going by hitting us up on the CWF Network hotline, 347-719-3350.
Yes, sir. Sorry, my bad. I was scrolling down. Okay. Yeah, man. Also, be sure to follow the network on Instagram and Twitter at CWFP_. We'll catch you next time on the show we like to call Conversations with Friends. Only